guides, ascended masters, loved ones, teachers, positive ancestors. Give me the overall energy here as it relates to my collective and love. What does my collective need to know in this? First lady just goes, okay. What does my collective need to know at this time regarding love at this time? Okay. Woo! Someone might be begging you for something. The list is open. I have 2 spots left. 2 or 3 spots left for those who are asking. Yeah, dang. Okay, thank you, Ms. Erin. I'm feeling like this is a collective that could be having someone crawling back or coming back, begging for some type of opportunity, okay? Someone could be getting ready for you. You could be tempting someone right now. Maybe you're showing off for someone at this time, or maybe you're just, in general, not showing off for that specific person, just showing off because you are that bitch, right? You're just showing off in life because that is just the energy you're in. That is the energy you're presenting. So I feel like this is a collective that could be tempting a lot of people. You could be interesting. A lot of people are catching the eye of a lot of people just because you are showing up in an energy that is very tempting. Like, who wouldn't want a piece of your energy right now? That's the real question. Yes. What do we need to know about this? What is my collective's highest energy as it relates to love? Yeah, some of y'all realize that the key to you being in this higher vibrational energy, the key to you being in this energy that is very attractive is about detaching. Okay? And that means just emotionally detaching from anything that you feel like is draining you. You realize that emotional reservoir is a power that you can use. So I feel like this is a collective that's kind of detaching from all outcomes, regardless of who they're connected to, in order to be able to focus on yourself, in order to be able to, again, reaffirm with your guides what you're looking for in terms of a relationship, but first and foremost, that relationship with yourself. And it feels like this is a decision that's helping you appear more attractive, first and foremost to you and then to others around you. What else we need to know about this collective at this time in love? Woo! Yeah. This is, so for some of you who are still feeling tired, drained, depleted, having like some anxieties or having stresses come up at this time, or some of you, I just heard double vision, could be having double vision. Some of you are having like tension headaches, insomnia, having a difficult time sleeping. If you're in that category, you are going through a spiritual upgrade. Okay? You're going through a major spiritual upgrade. And that is exhausting. If you think about it, there is a process of total regeneration that's required. Because you're going through the process of releasing and detaching from old identities, right? Releasing and clearing out old karma. And that process can be very cumbersome. That process can be very exhausting. But on the other side, you get an entirely new version of yourself. And on the other side, you feel like a complete new version of yourself. So I feel like part of you, for some of the reason why you're detaching right now, is because you just know you need your energy. You know that you need your energy. You know that the energy right now is better used for your process of transformation. So some of you are very intuitive. You're seeing this as an opportunity to actually give yourself over to your guides. I feel like you're actually surrendering and submitting yourself to the universe and allowing the universe to help you evolve, transform, and grow. And you're feeling those shifts start to take place. But for some of you, you're in that pre-ascension phase where, again, you get some of those symptoms which feel very uncomfortable. So some of you are questioning, like, am I sick? Do I have a cold? Some of you may have even had a cold that was actually an ascendant symptom. And it shows that there is somebody who's on the other side of you that is perceiving your detachment as you no longer being interested in them. Damn. Listen. I know. Someone feels like when you are not pointing your energy towards them, when you are not focusing your energy on them, that they feel a heavy sense of darkness in their life. They lack the light that I feel like they were utilizing to be able to follow a higher path. Damn. Okay. Who are we connected to in this collective? Someone feels guilty about their behavior. What does this person feel guilty about? Damn, you definitely have someone heavily holding on to you at this time. What is this person feeling guilty about at this time? Do you know what's so wild about this? It's not even just that they feel guilty about disappointing you. This is somebody who feels guilty about disappointing themselves. This is somebody who feels guilty about not giving themselves what they ultimately know they deserve. This is a big shift for this collective. Divine counterparts in separation. This feels like a strong soul connection. And this feels like somebody who is realizing for the first time potentially that they chose to not seek something that they ultimately wished for. And that is making them feel a whole swath of guilt. This is somebody who's experiencing a lot of heaviness at this time. Damn. Yeah, this is somebody who blocked their blessing. This is somebody who blocked their blessing because they didn't feel like they were worth it. They didn't feel like they were worth it. It could be a family member, could be a friend, could be a love interest, but this is definitely somebody who feels like they wish for something to happen in your relationship. They were desiring for some type of future goal together. And that was a wish that their heart had made before they connected to you. And the moment that they connected with you in person, this is somebody who just knew within their heart that that was for them. But they didn't allow their heart to dream. They didn't allow themselves to be open to this, what appeared to be like a flight of fancy or a fantasy. And yeah, this is somebody who feels like they potentially lost an opportunity. What is my collective's highest energy within this connection at this time? Y'all are in a very esoteric era at this time. I'm seeing this as a collective that is focusing on stepping into your higher self and really allowing yourself to see from this perspective of enlightenment and wisdom. So I don't feel like you're like slugging it out in the trenches, in the karmic trenches anymore, right? For some time you were. For some time you're like, oh, I got triggered again. Oh, back into healing. Oh, I got triggered again. Oh, now I'm back into healing. I don't see you on that roller coaster anymore. This is a collective that has now elevated their vibration to the extent in which you don't get triggered to the same degree that you used to. You don't feel that same energy, that same intensity anymore. It doesn't bring you into the depths of despair, we'll say, okay? You're feeling a lot more calm. You're feeling a lot more even keel. And that centeredness is because you have gone through the process of this spiritual upgrade, which you're still going through. And this is also solar plexus energy, right? This is you standing in your personal power. Standing in your personal power. How is my collective able to stand in their personal power? You know, the biggest message that's coming through on your side is that you have learned that your guides would never take something out of your life if it was something that was truly meant for you. That your guides would never make something so challenging and so resistant if they actually felt like it was best for you. Your guides would not want you to struggle. Your guides would want you like scraping for crumbs. Your guides would not want you just clawing for a basic level of attention or intention or focus. The universe, your guides, the deities that are working with you at this time are wanting you to be able to appeal to this state of higher knowing. And I feel like you're already there. Truthfully, I feel like you're already there. Okay. How is this? What is the next steps here for my collective specifically? Damn. This is a very sexy energy, okay, on your side. This is a collective that's like, I ain't suffering anymore. And you're not staying connected to anyone that's suffering either. You have learned your lesson. You've learned that like frequencies will attract. But the more that you heal and the more that you recognize your worth and the more that you savor that abundance that's all around you, the more that you reap what you sow, the more that you harvest your abundant blessings, the less you feel attracted to something that feels scarce or something that feels like it depletes you, drains you, or forces you to live with less. That's the shift. That's a big shift. There's this energy of, I'm not staying in the past if the past keeps me suffering. Okay? What is this person learning at this time? Ooh, I see that this is somebody who's also going through the process of a major rebirth, okay? For some of you, this is somebody who through this winter period are going to learn a lot of lessons that maybe they've been avoiding, okay? And it feels like their ancestral guides are trying to support them. So for some of you who have felt like this is somebody who was detached for some time, you may recognize at this time that the reason why they were detached was because they were not choosing to live in a flow state. They were actually afraid of going with the flow because they didn't trust. When we don't trust the universe, our guides, the idea of allowing ourselves to surrender to some type of, exterior force, some type of external force that is dictating or orchestrating our path, that is a level of trust that brings up a lot of fear, right? And I see that this is somebody who had a lot of fear around allowing themselves to surrender. Because there was a part of them that not only didn't trust themselves, but didn't trust their guides, didn't trust that what was out there was actually better for them. And I see that on your side, you have learned this lesson. You are inspiring this person by learning this lesson, by showing them that they can also trust in the way that you have. Right now, you're trusting your guides to allow you to be led towards a higher path. Some of you are shifting into your highest timeline. You've gone through a major spiritual upgrade. I feel the karma being released, okay? Like I'm seeing there being this process here of old growth. The process of overwintering, shedding of old skin, old identity, spiritually shedding all of these old versions of self. And I see you experiencing new deep roots being planted and feeling more stable, feeling more secure. Okay? This feels good. This feels good. And this feels like it's helping you attract new opportunities, new blessings in your life. Yes. Many of you are experiencing new abundant harvests. Okay? So what is the abundance that my collective is attracting in on this side? Woo! So much growth, first and foremost. For a lot of you, a lot of growth. But what's going to come on the other side of this period of spiritual shedding and this process of ascension is a feeling of getting your spark back. For some time, you were focusing a lot of your energy on the journey that you were on with this individual. But I see you pulling back that energetic reserve, focus, and reallocating it to yourself. And that feels like a huge breakthrough for you. A massive breakthrough. Okay? What other breakthroughs is my collective having at this time? Damn. Some of you just had a download in the last few days even, that you realize that holding on to anything in which there's a level of scarcity just makes you feel more insecure. But the moment you no longer hold on to said thing or object, you no longer feel insecure. So it's not a confidence issue in yourself. Some of you have realized it's not a confidence issue, it's a proximity to a lack of confidence issue or a proximity to scarcity issue. Some of you have realized that as long as you detach from things that make you feel like you have to accept less, you actually recognize you deserve more. It's not necessarily the fact that you are inherently insecure or lacking confidence, because when you're in a room on your own and you just focus on who you are as an individual and all the work that you've done on yourself, you're very proud of yourself. You're very proud of yourself. You have a state of recognition of your brilliance, right? Of not only just your potential, but like who you are now. I feel like all of you have come far enough on your journey and path where you don't even need hindsight to be proud of yourself. Like you're proud of the person that you are. And I feel like when you're not in a state of proximity with energies that make you feel insecure, you feel extremely confident. Yes, you stand proudly. You stand tall, like head above the clouds, posture straight, spine straight, heart open, pointing up to your guides, allowing yourself to surrender, being open to a state of trust, aligning with your higher purpose. What else gives my collective confidence? Woo! For many of you, there's this level of confidence around the fact that you've never really been a victim. For some of you, maybe for some time, there was this perception that you were being victimized. You're looking at this now as, I'm not a victim. I've never been a victim. I've never been a victim. And that's bringing you a lot of happiness as well. You've come a long way. You've all come a long way. Those who are with me and actually listen to this whole damn self-love message that had very little to do with romantic love, y'all give yourself a pat in the back right now. Because we didn't talk about love offers yet. We didn't talk about someone crawling back on their hands. There's so many things we have not discussed in this reading that have not come through, and you stuck around. That shows you how much you've grown. That shows you how far you've come. You listened, you stayed, open ears, open heart. That shows you how much you've transformed, because you're here for your damn self. You're not here for this person. You're here for yourself. That is a significant shift. Woo! Oh, I just got chills. I just got chills up and down my back. Okay, what else do we need to know about this collective moving forward now that we're in our happy era? What do we need to know? Hell yeah. Okay, so there was a period in which there were aspects of this connection in the past that were very bittersweet. But I feel that you're now able to have perspective, right? We recognize that all things in life have an aspect of being bittersweet. And when we can view things as being bittersweet, we don't force things to either be good or bad. When we can understand that there is a portraiture, there is texture, right? There is a spectrum. There are different aspects of any singular experience that make that experience what it is. And in fact, the bitter part can sometimes actually end up being the sweet part. And sometimes the sweet part gets bitter, right? But not holding on. This is a complex message. Not holding on and understanding the process of and the principles of duality, right? Not needing something to be sweet in order for it to be beneficial to you, right? And not focusing on when things are bitter, either way. So I feel like this is a collective that has allowed for fluctuation, oscillation in between 2 points. And don't cling on to either side. When things are good, don't cling on to that and say, I will not accept anything other than this. Because you will inevitably be disappointed. You will inevitably be disappointed. But when you have a bitter experience or disappointing experience, don't hold on too tightly to the disappointment. Because you hold on too tightly to the disappointment, you won't be able to be open to things getting better. See where we are? See, we are mastering an understanding of the principles of duality. We are allowing ourselves to find a centralized point, and we do so by trusting ourselves. By trusting ourselves. And the reason why y'all trust yourself for the first time on your journey and path is because you believe in yourself. Because you know you are worthy of continuously building this relationship with yourself. You know you are continuously worthy of working on yourself to the point where these types of quandaries or challenges become instinctual to you. You're developing a sense of your skills in these areas and a sense of mastery. These skill sets, these abilities, this arsenal of tools that you now have at your disposal are available to you as you navigate the path moving forward. So some of you, the reason why you were put through the ringer in this connection was to develop a spiritual toolbox. Look at me in my butch era. Toolbox. Developing a spiritual toolbox, okay? You can use these tools whenever you need them. You can use these tools whenever you need them. For many of you, the tools that you're using in this are about you learning how to shift your perception. Big shift, okay? Big shift. What else do you need to know moving forward? How can we evolve beyond this? Beyond this. Okay, we are letting go of the ties that bind. We are letting go. But as we let go, it feels freeing. It feels freeing. Because now that you're letting go, some of you are like, the moment I let go, the universe is going to sustain my fall, right? You know the universe will be there to catch you. So you are letting go of the specific outcome with this energy. But you're doing so not without an awareness of what will be there to support you, which is the universe, which is your guides. I feel like this is a collective that the moment you let go of this person, you're going to feel the universe's arms wrapped around you. And that is going to bring you such a sense of comfort and peace. That will also allow you to know that if you ever have an issue or a challenge, or something is ever causing you a lot of stress, or this is something that creates conflict or duress, all you have to do is give it over to the universe. All you have to do is give it over to the universe. All you have to do is say, universe, cushion my fall. Universe, I trust that you have a plan. Universe, bring me where you will. Plant my seeds in whichever garden you see fit. Allow me to grow wherever I'm planted, where I can grow abundantly. Okay? Universe, catch me where I fall. Trust the universe. Trust the universe. But you do. You trust the universe because some of you have been getting messages in dream state. Some of you have been having very vivid dreams lately. But for the first time, maybe you're having dreams about yourself. Having dreams about yourself, not some like romantic dreams, which yes, I'm sure those are nice as well. It's a little bit of touch of the romance. But I feel like this is a collective that's actually starting to have dreams about themselves, starting to see angel numbers that reflect on your own personal path, starting to receive guidance from ancestors, from angels, specifically as to how to better yourself. Damn, look at you. Look at you. Okay, what do we need to know as we continue to evolve along this path? How will we continue to evolve? Woo! New opportunities incoming. Many of you are going to be in a place in which you are so present because you have let go of this karma. Sometimes the reason why we're not able to be present is because all of that karmic debris develops in a basin. Some of you have a dirty basin. Okay, some of you have a basin that has a lot of buildup, a lot of debris from all of these past karmic relationships or lessons, maybe lessons that we have not yet learned just yet, or experiences that we have not yet been able to move beyond. Okay? And when you have all that karmic debris, what takes place is that essentially perpetuates an intrusive thoughts. It perpetuates an intrusive thoughts. Instead of being able to just live presently and be in a state of gratitude and just be like, life is good, just going about my day, you're constantly thinking about something that you're connected to karmically. And that karma keeps coming up and keeps trying to bring you back into this lesson so you can learn it and move forward. And this is a collective that I see is clearing this karmic debris. It's clearing out that basin. Is cleaning out that basin and moving beyond that feeling of having all of this karmic residue essentially preventing you from being able to be present. And I see you in a state of presence and gratitude, finally open to actually experiencing all the abundance the universe has planned for you. So some of you have never even experienced abundance like this. You know that feeling of like new love the first time you were in love? Or the feeling of like the first time you got a big paycheck at work? The feeling of the first time you did something you were really scared of, but it was recognized and everyone was really excited about it, or like the first time you experienced some type of fitness goal or weight loss goal, whatever it was, that first feeling, that feeling of a first. Some of you are about to experience that with new abundance. You're about to experience a whole swath of abundance just being showered on you, rained on you, because you are finally fully open to receiving this energy. Damn. I see you. Some of you are about to see that it's going to get better than you even knew was possible. Some of you are not even prepared for this because you've literally never experienced this. Like never, not once. Other than in other forms of your life, right? It's about the universe making it rain for you, okay? For you specifically. Final advice here for this collective. What do we need to know? Woo! Okay. So some of you, I feel like, are still fighting this battle of like head over heart. Okay? Final. There is a little bit of a battle royale that's going on within some of you. Okay? I feel like this is a collective that has two cohorts. There's one cohort that I feel like is ready to move forward, that feels a sense of pride and has really been able to find that balance, because everything is about balance. It's not just about leading with your heart. There is a requirement to have some type of intellectual reasoning and understanding, right? But it's finding that balance. There is one cohort here who was like, I'm ready to move forward. You found the balance. There's other cohort that's still battling. Do I follow my head or do I follow my heart? There's something here that still pulls you back emotionally, that pulls you back maybe into this relationship, or maybe connects you to your history. Maybe it's a childhood relationship that you still are having a difficult time with, or a friendship. There is unresolved karma here, like we just described, right? And I feel like it puts you in this place of, do I follow my head or do I follow my heart? And I feel right now this collective needs to defer to what makes you feel stable, okay? Anybody that commits to you, anybody that invests in you, anything that creates stability and security in your life, that's who you need to prioritize. Anybody who shows up for you, anyone who dedicates themselves to you, anyone who devotes themselves to you, that's who you need to prioritize. Anyone who goes out of their way to acknowledge you, remembers your birthday, remembers little things about you, asks you if you're okay when you're having a tough day. Anyone who goes out of their way, even if you're not going out of your way for them, that's who you need to prioritize. This is not just about what something feels like, right? Because some of you are still feeling what you feel like is love for this person or someone else. Because what you're actually craving is for them to come forward and love you in a way that they haven't loved you yet. Some of you are still feeling pulled back to this person because you feel like you're wanting them to show up in a way that they haven't. So there's a sense of like a pattern that hasn't been completed. So for those who are in that camp, I feel like it's about deferring to your mind at this time and just saying, does this make sense? Does this make sense? Your third eye is telling you that there is an opportunity to move beyond this, to be able to get everything you deserve without compromise. The reason why you're feeling called back to this energy is because there was something that you didn't receive from them that you needed. So instead of trying to prospect or patron this specific energy, the universe is trying to give all that you want, but from another path, via another route. So you are being put through a detour. For many of you, there is a divine redirection that's taking place to be able to give you exactly what you're wanting. But this is a collective that needs to follow their head in terms of seeing the situation clearly. It needs to follow their heart and spirit in terms of trusting that the universe has got you covered. Okay? Because right now, the song, Build Me Up. Who builds you up? Okay? Who builds you up? Who tends to the soil? Okay? Who tends to your soil? Who plants seeds with you? Who allows the garden that you create together to grow? That is who I want you to prioritize. Okay, that person. And maybe that's you right now. And if it's just you that's taking care of you, you're ahead of most people. Okay, just know that. Feel that. If it's just you who's got you, know that most people won't even got themselves. So you're actually doing far better than a wide swath of the population. Okay? So final advice here. What do we need to know? You first. Woo! So for some of you, this is a relationship that I feel like needs to be moved beyond simply because you've been stuck here for too long. I see that this is something you've been very patient with, and I feel like your patience needs to grow thin. Not even thin, just non-existent. So for those of you who have been, this is one last message, okay? Some of y'all need to hear this, and you're not going to like it. This is a very specific love message. For those who are actually stuck around, who are here for this kind of love message, I got one for you. Okay, but you ain't gonna like it, but you might need it. So that's what's important. This is a collective that I feel needs to stop waiting for someone to choose them over a third party. Period. That's the most simple message you're going to get. That is like straightforward. You need to stop waiting for someone to choose you over a third party. You need to. Because this is somebody who's choosing this other energy for a reason. Right? They're choosing this other energy because this other energy doesn't challenge them. They're choosing this other energy because this other energy meets them where they are. Lower vibrational. Okay? They're in a lower vibrational place. This is somebody who's choosing another energy because they're in a place of complacency. They're in a place of stuckness in their life. This is somebody who's choosing another energy because they have to heal their inner child. This is somebody who's choosing another energy because they weren't ready for you. But regardless of the reason why they're choosing another energy, they're choosing. They're choosing. Some of y'all didn't need to hear that. I am here to protect all of you that I love so much. And what I want you to do is get to a place where you choose yourself before you're waiting on anyone else to choose you. Period. You choose yourself. And this act of you choosing yourself will prospectively inspire this person to do the same. Prospectively inspire this person to do the same. But I feel like for this reading, Spirit is instructing me to not belabor the point. Spirit is instructing me to being very direct and concise, which is out of my comfort zone. Straight to the point, okay? Straight, tough love message. It doesn't matter why this person's not choosing you. There's a message you wanted to hear. It doesn't matter why. They're just not. They're not. They're choosing something else that doesn't challenge them, and they're doing so willingly. So let them. Let them. Let them. And I promise you, this is what will lead you to this higher path, in which you will finally start to attract in the relationships that actually feel fulfilling for you. Actually feel fulfilling. Stop asking why this person isn't choosing. Let them. Stop asking why this person doesn't want more for themselves. Stop asking why this person doesn't love themselves. Stop asking why this person doesn't know that they deserve better. Stop asking. Just let them. Don't question it. Don't question it. When you question, all it does is it puts you into their game. You're just substantiating their position. Right? And I don't feel like this is somebody who's trying to deceive you. I don't feel like this is somebody who's intentionally trying to be malicious, but it doesn't matter whether they are or not. Truthfully, the outcome is the same. Whether they're malicious or whether you have some type of malevolence in their intent, the outcome for you and the way that you experience this, it's the same. Unfortunately. That's a message some of you needed to hear. Regardless of whether they're a meanie or not, it still feels mean. It still feels cruel. It still feels hurtful, especially for those of you who have pain in your history, especially for those of you who grew up with an absent parent or didn't feel supported or didn't feel loved or didn't feel like you belonged. The last thing you need is to keep someone in your life that makes you feel like you don't belong. You belong. The universe loves you. You are a child of God. You are worthy of love. Do not expose yourself anymore to anyone who makes you feel otherwise. Because all that will do is perpetuate a feeling of a lack of love. Like we said earlier, when you're not in proximity to someone who makes you feel insecure, you're not damn insecure. Look at you. You're hot shit. You are. You know you are. You know you're that bitch. You always have been. So detach from anything that makes you feel like you have to repress who you truly are, which is a confident bad bitch. If you have to be around someone who forces you to repress something that's actually true to you, that's harmful to you. That's harmful. Why would you want to repress that? You in all your glory, you need that. The world needs to see that. The world needs to know that version of you, okay? So repressing this version of yourself to fit into someone else's narrative in which you are disempowered or in which you're a lady or gentleman in waiting for some knight on horseback to gallantly just gallop into your world and save the day? Bitch, please, okay? This is not a Disney Pixar production. Anyways, final advice for this collective. What do we need to know? Ooh, please. Okay. You are taking one step at a time at this moment. Okay. I feel that you are on a path to your happiness. Some of you are starting to feel that. Some of you are starting to know that. So some of you have to take one more opportunity to grieve what was supposed to happen in this relationship. And that's what's preventing you from moving forward. Some of you need to take one moment to say, I'm going to grieve what I assume was going to happen or what I expected to happen. And if I can grieve this, then I'm no longer going to be keeping this as this like nagging feeling or thought, right? I grieve this, I let go of this. I'll no longer create this or perpetuate this. So once you can grieve this, that's an aspect of honoring your sensitivity because you are a sensitive soul. Because you have soft, fuzzy edges, okay? And that's what we love about you. That soft, fleshy part of you is your most endearing aspect. You would never want to suppress that or repress that, right? Even though you're a bad bitch, you're a soft bad bitch. You are, okay? For some of you, you know that you had an idea in your head of what was supposed to happen here and it didn't happen, and that's okay. That's okay. All that means is that it wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen because if it was supposed to happen, it would have happened. Nothing can prevent your destiny from unfolding. Nothing will prevent what is fated for you from coming in your life, okay? So, deep insights are coming from the astral realm. Some of you are going to have pervasive dreams. This is not about, sending hate to this individual or even having resentment towards them. This is about honoring yourself. Honoring yourself. And remember that only love is real at the end of the day. But if you're going to really invest and express the depth of that love, express that to yourself, first and foremost, above all. And on the other side of this, expect miracles in all areas of your life. I hope that message was helpful for my collective, sending so much love, positive energy, and abundance. If you enjoyed that message, you soft bad bitches, 1111 down below to let me know that that was yours.